Is Rockstar Games killing the older GTAs? Rockstar Games, a company worth tens of billions of dollars, owning several studios, its parent company being the highly successful Take-Two Interactive. Hate it or love it, it's here to stay. Rockstar Games was once known as the company to trust, the company which can do no wrong, offering us incredible experiences unmatched in the gaming market. I am of course talking about the older Grand Theft Autos. 3. Vice City and San Andreas saw great success and the company shifted their focus into making more games of this franchise. That's why we got Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories and Chinatown Wars, all regarded as great additions to the beloved Grand Theft Auto franchise. Rockstar was at its peak, not many would disapprove at that point. Well, this is where the downfall began. With the release of Grand Theft Auto 4, Rockstar split the community. GTA 4 was very ambitious, the story was deep, the characters well animated, realism was the new norm, the game once again was well received, again selling millions of copies. Well, many players like myself started to worry. Rockstar seemed to change after VCS. The focus seemed to be mostly on realism and not on what the GTAs were known about, the fun aspect. Don't get me wrong, GTA 4 was a fun game, a very fun game, but the deep narrative, realistic handling, and other functions took a lot away from the franchise. Gone were the miniguns, the planes, parachutes, hydras, extremely goofy and pathetic characters. The game was going in a direction not many would follow. Later on came the second GTA 4 DLC, The Ballad of Gay Tony, which fixed a lot of the issues GTA 4 seemed to have. The game was goofy again, and a lot more action-packed, but the essence of the older games was missing. Well, little did we know, it would become much worse.
I'm the real deal!
In 2013, Grand Theft Auto 5 released, a game like no other, introducing features nobody would dream would be possible to implement. The game quickly climbed up the charts and became the most successful piece of media ever made, especially with the release of GTA Online. Bear in mind, up to this point Rockstar Games showed at least some care for the older GTAs. We got a few remasters, very clunky remasters, but remasters nonetheless. We saw mobile releases of 3, Vice City, San Andreas and LCS, which ran fine and had decent controls for mobile phones. With the many mods the PC version of these games got, which fixed the game in many ways, people seemed to be happy. The older players like myself would just play the PC version with 50 mods, the mobile players had something to occupy their pooping time, and console gamers were playing the shiny version of San Andreas. All of this while the newer generation loving the online aspect of the GTA games with the best graphics, GTA Online. Unfortunately, things got a lot worse after GTA Online saw massive success. Rockstar seemed to completely abandon the older titles. We never got a mobile release of Vice City Stories. The original games didn't get a port to PlayStation 4. The Steam version of the game had various issues, and even the more recent GTA 4 completely bricked itself after a few updates. Sure, Rockstar Games doesn't need to keep updating the games after release. Release them and forget about them, the modders would fix them for you. This is what they did to Bully, a game impossible to be played on PC unless you follow my guide on how to fix it. I get it, they spend their resources on the newest and greatest. I mean, if this makes you $10 a year and this makes you $10,000 a year, which one would you focus your attention to? Well, that's not the problem. The problem is that since GTA Online exploded in popularity, Rockstar Games have actively tried to destroy the games which made them what they are. I know this is a bold statement, but hear me out. Part of why the older games are still so popular nowadays is because they can be fixed by modders. Not only this, but they can be modified in a way so that you won't even recognize the game with all the improvements. Entire massive online communities were formed on San Andreas multiplayer, Vice City multiplayer. The modding scene has been growing since 2005. This is the community Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive attacked first. Countless big and small mods which took the community years to make are now destroyed after these two companies threatened legal action. The incredible project which brought Liberty City stories to PC, something Rockstar was not willing to do for 10 years, got nuked. The mod which unites all GTA maps into one, allowing you to explore every map on the San Andreas engine, gone. The completely reverse-engineered GTA 3 and Vice City games, which is completely legal by the way, the devs were threatened with a lawsuit. All of this and so much more I have no time to list has been going on the last few years, and there seems to be no stop to this madness. But you might be asking, why? Why attack communities which have existed for several years, way before most of us even had internet connection in 2005? It's simple. Modders can do a much better job than Rockstar, and if Rockstar puts the least amount of effort, they can squeeze more money from the consumers so they can fund their future projects. They would even go as far as to hire a mobile game company to remaster their older games. The Definitive Edition trilogy came out in 2021 and they were, to put it simply, utter shit. Some missions were not even completable because the game was not finished. Bugs galore, nonsensical changes, removal of features. For crying out loud, I showcased 404 problems with these games in 4 videos and I can make at least 3 more. In the last 10 years it seemed that the company was going down a dark path, and after the release of the Definitive Editions, the public, at least some of them, finally opened their eyes on the sheer lack of care from Rockstar Games and their signature franchise. Leaving these games to die is one thing, that's fine, but actively working against your community, forcing people like Silent to leave the GTA modding scene, the person who fixed the original GTAs, who doesn't wanna touch the Definitive Editions because they're so garbage. This is where you need to realize that you have gone too far and you need to change. Luckily for us, after the outcry from fans against the Definitive Editions, Rockstar and Take-Two have calmed down a bit. But what bothers me is that in 2025 all of this will be forgotten. They'll be rewarded massively, and there's nothing I or anybody else can do about it. To answer the question in my title, is Rockstar Games killing the older GTAs? No! They're destroying the original communities who have kept these games popular for so long, just to get a massive paycheck for releasing the same games made worse. So I have a question for you guys. Do you think I'm wrong? Am I overreacting? Is it fine and dandy? My whole YouTube presence is based on the older GTAs. I play them all the time. I make a lot of videos on these games, I make walkthroughs, guides and whatnot. So I and many of you guys are biased towards this topic. But I wanna know what you guys think. Should we just move on? Should we forget about the older GTA games? And of course embrace GTA 6? Let me know what you think, leave a like if you enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and a special thank you to my supporters who are Olavidi, Kanen, Case Nice, Dominic Han, Faith, Shan Pasca, Ismiku, Neo GMD, Receive Studios, Xesi, Monish Pradeep, Shinte, Bad Boy Hero, Extreme Stuff, Jebediah, Varsity Gwen, Jim Francescos and everybody else.